Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the hardest hunters of them all? Let's go. So a few weeks ago, I asked you guys to complete a poll on my sort of YouTube community page, and I asked you to vote as to who do you think the hardest hunters in the world are. Now, I want to start off this video by saying everything that I'm going to say is my personal opinion, my sort of just the way I like to do things and the way I want to hunt. And I also want to start by saying that just the fact that you're hunting is freaking awesome. The fact that we're getting out there and hunting our food and harvesting our food and not going to the store and buying steak. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but if you have the option to hunt, then obviously that's awesome. Okay, and if you do that and you eat your own venison, you eat your own game meat, you know that it tastes remarkable. Actually, in this week, my wife and I were having some steaks, and she was like, she cannot believe the quality of this meat. So yeah, anyway, so if you're hunting, that's awesome. For me personally, and the reason I wanted to ask that question to you guys is I want to hunt hard and I want to find out where the hardest hunting in the world is. Now, there's levels to everything, okay? The difficulty of your hunt could be determined by a few things. The type of creatures you're hunting. Okay, creatures, that sounds creepy. The type of animals you're going after, okay? They could be sheep up in the Alpine mountains that make it really difficult, okay, due to the terrain, the sort of distance you're likely to encounter them at. The type of equipment you're hunting with. Are you hunting with a bow or a blowgun, or have you got a 28 Nosler and you can shoot something at 600 yards? So there's a couple of things, or you're hunting grizzly bears in a thick forest, or buffalo. There's a couple of things that really raise the bar in terms of difficulty, but that's really not how I wanted to ask the question. What I meant specifically is the actual physical activity of hunting. So carrying all your stuff, you know, being on the mountain, living on the mountain, or out in the bush, or wherever you do find yourself. And that's the type of stuff that I want to do. Now, I feel in my limited hunting experience, I'm going to say that I've been hunting now for about 4 years. Okay, maybe let's call it 3. Okay, we did some hunting as a kid, going out with my dad and stuff. But I feel like here, especially the hunts that I've personally done, have been easy. Even the hunts we did in the Karasberg. Now, if you guys haven't watched those videos, my brother and I walked there for quite gnarly. But at the end of the day, you still get into a cruiser and you head home and you sleep in a warm bed and you've got food that's being made for you and everything. So I feel like that sort of brings an element of easiness to the hunt. The warm shower you have, like all of those things. So I don't know. Is there a place in South Africa where, you know, I could go out with my backpack and my rifle and some maybe crap frozen freeze-dried meals and hunt by my ace or with a guide? Is that an option? If there is such a place, or you have such a place and you would like me to come and make a video for you, that would be awesome. My brother and I have spoken about this at length. We'd really like to do sort of that, you know, you go to the hunting farm with your backpack and you head up the mountain or wherever, you set up camp and you hunt from your camp every day and you go back to your camp. Like, that's sort of the type of hunting that I want to do. And the guys in the US are obviously doing a lot of that with the public land hunting. And that's really not a thing here in South Africa because, you know, all of the land is public. All of the land is privately owned. And we don't have bag limits and stuff like that. And I completely get from from the farmer's point of view or the outfitter's point of view, you don't want a whole bunch of random people running around in your veld. I completely get that. And also that brings the other element into question, like the honesty of the type of person that's hunting there. If he's wounding an animal, you know, is he telling you about it? Because you're not necessarily going to hear the shot. So you need somebody there to oversee what's happening there. I think we may have a spot where we could do something like this, but I want to hear what you guys think. I don't personally like shooting things off the back of the bucky, even though I have done that in the past. I've had to shoot a wounded animal off the back of a cruiser, and you sometimes have to do what you have to do. But for me personally, I like going out and hunting hard. And yes, we do driven hunts when we fill up our freezer or we need to eliminate some animals to give the bush time to recover, to give the veld some time to recover. Then that's a bit of a different story. But for the most part, I want to hunt hard. So if you have a spot where I can do that, or you're overseas and you want to invite us around to come have a walkabout, that would be awesome. I want to focus more on hunting content going forward. I think that's been pretty obvious. In fact, I started getting into precision rifle because I wanted to be a good hunter. I wanted to know that if I get myself in a position on an animal, that I could take a good shot. So that's sort of where we went down that rabbit hole, to become the best rifleman we can be, so that we can be the most efficient hunter we can be. But now we really want to get more into the hunting side. That doesn't mean the precision rifle content's going to stop. That's going to be still probably 90% of the content we do. A couple of you guys have reached out to me and invited me to come do some varminting. We've got a couple of things going on at the moment, so I'm probably going to go hunting at least twice more this year. So at the time I'm recording this, there's 3 more hunting films that we've got scheduled for this year. And the one's going to be a sheep hunt, which should be freaking awesome. Sam, who's in the safe behind you guys, the 6.5 Sherman mag and the LSS Gen 2, is such a killer little rifle. It's super light, it's packable, so I think we have the ability to do some really cool things with that sort of system going forward. So I'm really excited about that. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about my sort of school of thought about hunting. I know this could be perhaps a controversial subject. I'm not saying one is wrong or one is right. I'm saying what I like to do, and ideal world, if it was up to me, I just want to go out and hunt hard. I think maybe this year sometime I will go and make a hunting video for somebody else. Let me know if you guys want to see that, and maybe film a bow hunt for somebody else. And I've got a really nice bow. I've got a Hoyt Redworks Carbon RX1, so it's a really nice bow, but I haven't been able to shoot it much just because the property where we stay it's a really small property. So I really can't practice much, and if you do, it's like at 15 meters and you just end up shooting the arrows into each other, so that's kind of pointless and expensive. So we're moving shortly. You guys will see that in an upcoming video. We are busy moving. In fact, everything is packed up just off the screen. There is camera stuff and boxes galore. It's a nightmare behind the camera. So yeah, there's a little bit of movie magic going around here to make it look good, but just off the screen it is absolute chaos. But anyway, that's going to be a separate video on the move, where we're going, the new studio setup, everything. It's very exciting, but there's a lot of work in the next couple of days. Guys, I want to thank MDT for making the LSS Gen 2, for example. Such a badass chassis. Killer. I can't wait to play with the new hunting chassis that is on its way. A couple of other things that we can't talk about yet, but there's some exciting things in the pipeline. So, I'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah, have a beautiful day. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. All you have to do is literally click down here and hit the like button and subscribe. It's not difficult. So do that. Check out some of our other hunting films up here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless you.